Would you believe that there are over 1.5 million nonprofit organizations registered in the United States alone? Whew, that's a lot of board meetings. And your nonprofit can't afford to have a broken board. That's why in this video, sponsored by NAP, the National Association of Parliamentarians, we're going to share tips on how to set your board members up for success. Hi, I'm Susan Leahy from RobertsRulesMadeSimple.com, and today we're going to be talking to Darlene Allen, professional registered parliamentarian. She's going to share success tips to help your nonprofit board members be as effective as possible so that your nonprofit board can do the work it was meant to do. All right, so I'm so excited to be on the line with Darlene Allen. Hi, Darlene, how are you?
Hi, Susan. I'm happy to be here with you also.
All right, well, I'm excited to talk about this topic related to really having effective nonprofit boards, because nonprofit organizations, they do such amazing work, not only in our country, but across the world. And it's a shame when bad boards keep nonprofits from doing the work that they want to do.
Yes, that is true. However, it doesn't have to be that way. I believe that nonprofits normally are organized with a specific purpose in mind or to fill a particular need. So it is important for nonprofits to stay mission-focused.
Right. Well, I think that's a really good point. It's that sense of how do you keep everybody who's coming into that nonprofit board, whether it be an elected position or appointed position or paid or non-paid, how do you keep them mission focused? I think that's an important tip.
Well, you can keep them focused by having shadowing and mentoring experiences for them. Any of the former members can be a buddy to the newer members. And also, I think, to keep re-emphasizing what the mission is of the organization. Some organizations stray from the mission because somehow they've lost sight of what their actual mission is and what they set out to accomplish.
Right. Well, and I think sometimes with the organization's mission, it can kind of almost, you have the mission and then it just gets kind of set off to the side. And so reminding members what is the mission. And I really like that point of maybe setting your members up for success by giving them opportunity to shadow existing members. What else can we do to set board members up for success?
Well, we can also have retreats. Boards can partner with similar size boards, and there may be expertise on the other board that will help the incoming board and also other organizations. But having a retreat, it doesn't have to cost a lot of money, but I just think that the time that's taken to go over the missions, the duties, the roles, the responsibilities of the board, and can do it as often, perhaps annually, but as often as possible. I believe that boards can stay focused and, in addition, can complete their mission.
Right. Well, and I also liked what you said about combining boards. So it's that sense of I might be on a smaller board than someone else. So it's that sense of working with other boards to see how maybe other nonprofits work.
And that is a very good approach. However, I would caution boards that as you get together and as you join forces, to remember you have a collective purpose, and then also when you go back to your board, that you stay focused, because, again, staying focused on the mission of your particular board. So many times we hear members say, oh, I wear many hats. But I think the one head, one hat approach should be important in order to stay focused.
Wow, I like that. One head, many hats, right? And sometimes that's hard to keep that differentiated when you're involved in so many different things.
Yes, it is. But I think, again, if you keep your mind on the mission, and also you have to keep your mind open, because although your board may be fully staffed, not every board has standing room only in the boardroom. So that you have to start with who's in the room to be able to help develop them into leaders, because you want all of your board members to be set up for success.
Right. Well, gosh, I really like what you're saying. It's that sense of start with who's in the room and be excited that they're there.
Absolutely. And again, I want to emphasize you need to leave your baggage at the door. The people that are in the room should be focused on the mission of your particular organization. So it is necessary to, again, reemphasize what the mission of the organization that they are currently serving, just what it is and what you're trying to achieve.
Wow. And I think it's interesting as far as that sense of leaving your baggage at the door. I think it's so important that that at the retreats, you might have an area in your retreat where people can vent baggage or bring up old issues, but it's that reality that now this is where we are and we're all walking in kind of with a clean slate and we're doing this together for the desired success of the nonprofit that we're serving.
Absolutely. And again, preparing your members and setting them up for success, I believe you'll have happier board meetings, happier board members, and you'll be able to achieve your goal. And that also encourages other people who may be waiting out in the wings, just kind of not committing to being on the board, but they're just watching. They're spectators wanting to participate, but just watching along the sidelines, wanting to jump in, but trying to make sure, is this really what I want? Just giving them that opportunity.
Right. Well, and I think that it's that sense of if I'm a part of a nonprofit and I'm just kind of participating, but I don't know if I'm going to take on a role of being on the board or being a board member, it's that sense of if I'm watching and if I'm in an organization that's really taking care of its members and trying to develop them, then I'm more likely to want to step into a leadership position. But if I'm seeing people just being chewed up and spit out, then I'm going to keep myself, at arm's length. So what are other things that a board can do to help develop its board members?
Well, in addition to the shadowing mentoring, also the partnering with the other board members as individuals can learn their roles better in order to be the best of whom they are. I think sometimes we're so busy focusing on the collective that we also need to take an individual look at members, make sure members know their duties, how to perform their duties, and then how it all pulls together as the board, the collective.
Right. So it's my role, my individual role within supporting the collective, right? So real quickly, Darlene, talk to me a little bit about the NAP, the National Association of Parliamentarians, and some of the services that they provide to support nonprofit boards in being effective.
Well, members of the National Association of Parliamentarians, in addition, non-members, can go to the website. We have a store which has products that can be bought to help with meeting management, that can help with individual roles and responsibilities, and they can purchase these materials and use them in their individual and their collective growth. Also, you can request that someone from the National Association of Parliamentarians come in to conduct a workshop, a board training for your board. And also, and if you're even more curious, you can actually go out and visit the units that are in the area where you live. Go to a board meeting, see how a meeting of parliamentarians is run. You can go in and everyone would welcome you into the meeting.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the most basic tools that nonprofit boards need to really use in order to set their members up for success, is just teaching them the basics about Robert's Rules of Order.
Absolutely. And if they don't know, because a lot of people think that they know the rules, I can give you one or more horror stories about going into organizations, and one particular one, they were going, we don't use Robert's Rules of Order, and I look at their minutes, I see point of order, point of information, and I smiled and I said, I know.
You're using it.
They don't realize that they use Robert's Rules of Order.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, this is such an important and vital topic. Nonprofit boards, they really are the lifeblood of what nonprofits are going to be able to complete, not just in the United States, but across the world. And so being able to have a high-functioning board where you're supporting and setting your members up for success, whether it's a small nonprofit or a large nonprofit, is essential. So I want to thank you, Darlene Allen from NAP, the National Association of Parliamentarians, for your time and your expertise, and I want to thank you all for listening.